Joining us now to discuss a potential indictment of former President Donald Trump, former Manhattan DA, Cy Vance's top deputy, in fact, former Chief Assistant District Attorney Karen Agnifilo. Karen, thank you for being here today. Appreciate it. Can we start with where Christine left off there? Jim Jordan, House Judiciary Chair, saying he wants Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg, to testify by Thursday morning regarding this potential investigation. What could this mean? Could this muck up the waters in terms of timing for a possible indictment?
I don't think that he has the ability to require Alvin Bragg to testify about a pending case. He could potentially hold him in contempt of Congress, but we'll see. I doubt the Department of Justice would prosecute Alvin Bragg for contempt of Congress, given the fact that any prosecutor doesn't have to, or typically they don't go before Congress to talk about a pending matter.
Safe to say we've never seen anything like that before.
Correct.
I want to ask you about Robert Costello testifying today. President Trump, this was allegedly his team requesting this testimony. Is that pretty common for something like this to happen for someone who knows they're under investigation?
Yeah, so all defendants or potential defendants, I should say, targets, they have the opportunity to request a particular witness or evidence be presented to the grand jury. The prosecutor then goes into the grand jury room and asks the 23 grand jurors if they want to hear from that witness. It's up to the grand jurors. So if the grand jurors want to hear from Mr. Costello, then presumably he would testify. The prosecution could then call Michael Cohen back to rebut what he said. So yeah,
which he said he might be doing today.
Yeah. So it could affect the timing for sure.
Let's say the grand jury was leaning towards a possible indictment. How much could new testimony from a new witness possibly alter that trajectory?
I mean, it depends on what he has to say, right? If he says something that changes the nature of what was being said and the grand jury credits him, of course it could totally change what happens here, for sure. It does show us, though, timing-wise, that they're at the end. They've presented the prosecution's presented all of their evidence, and now we're at the defense witnesses. So they are this close to asking the grand jury to indict. Sorry.
You feel like this could be happening. The arrest of a former president, unprecedented, obviously. If President Trump is brought in, would he be handcuffed? Would he have a mugshot? Would there be a perp walk? Would this be like any other, potential criminal?
Yeah, well, yes, the handcuffing part, I think the police and the Secret Service are negotiating whether or not that would happen, or the actual details, the specific details. But yes, he will be processed. He will be read his Miranda warnings. He will be photographed. He will be fingerprinted. Whether or not there's a quote-unquote perp walk, I assume that Mr. Trump will use the arrest of him as an opportunity to have more media done. So I think it would be his own perp walk is my guess.
Yeah.
But as you said, this is unprecedented.
It sure is. Karen Agnifilo, former Chief Assistant District Attorney, we appreciate you being here with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.